This is the journey to One Africa.
For how long Ibrahim Traore right now has been the president of Burkina Faso? And that's the first one. But second, if you remember, can you tell us what changes he has made? What things he has transformed since he became a president of Burkina Faso?
Yeah, tomorrow is after tomorrow is September 30th, the end of September, and this date will be considered at the first anniversary of his accession to the power. So after tomorrow, it'll be like it come to power 1 year ago. Wow. But we can say when he was coming, he said he will change a lot of things. But first, our challenge was security. Security in our country, in Mali and in Nigeria. Our challenge is security. But while he is working to bring us in peace and to fight against enemies, he is working on other aspects of our country. So many things changed. Let me take a lot of fields like education, health, and industrialization. Actually, in our country, there is a program they did. There is a program he bring, and this program consists in saving money. People come, they save money together. You are a student, you are a civil servant, you are a tradesman. You go, we save money together, and this money is used to bring to build hospitals and to build industries in our country. This is one great thing he did here. But before, we was waiting for financial partners from other country, and if they give you money, if a partner give you money to work, he will come and tell you what you should do and what you shouldn't do with your money. So he decided to stop this, to stay and say we are our first investors in Burkina Faso. People are the first investors, so people are saving money together, and we can use it in the way we want. So this is one of the biggest program he did here. And before yesterday, he has gone to the second main town of Burkina Faso to launch the first industry of tomato. Can you imagine? Something we tried to do since a lot of years ago, we couldn't. Because when partners bring you money, as I'm saying, when they give you money, they will tell you, do this, don't do this, go in this way, don't go in this way. So we can't go to development with it. But when money comes from internal, from people, we can decide what we want. We can use it as we want. So this is one of the great things he changed. And actually, even on the security plan, he's working a lot. He's bringing a lot of tools for militaries, and they are training a lot. And everything is moving. But there is a way in our language we are going to say that in a house, when in your house there are a lot of problems, you can't solve all of them in the same time. You are solving them step by step. So actually, he's going step by step, slowly but surely. So this is what he's doing. A lot of things change. That's why. And if you can notice, there is a remark you should do. You guys should do this remark. If in a country there is a coup, like in Gabon, and if Western people don't speak about it, it means it's not a good coup. The guy is not working for people. Can you see it? But
Absolutely.
when the guy come on power and they want to reverse him by coming to do what, it means the guy is good and he's working for people. So actually, we know our guy is working for us. He is going to bring our country in a big level. We trust in him. We are following him. We believe in him. Before him, there was a lot of presidents, but except Masankara, small of the president have done what he's doing actually. 1 year he did a lot of things here, a lot of plain health, education, security, and much more. In agriculture, a lot of things. And also we are in our country, we are going to digitalization. There are some old programs that we are digitalizing here in order to allow people to have easily access to some services here. We change a lot of things, a lot. That's why the Western guys want to chase him. You do understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Absolutely. One of the things that personally I really just wanted to know the list of things that comes to your mind. But one of the things that personally I really loved, I saw this news about him changing the school uniform and putting it to traditional Burkina Faso style. You know, right now it has been changed, right? That's what is being used right now for people in the school, right? Give you guys a little bit of reflection of the conversation that I'm having with Mohammed so far and what he has said. I can clearly see that the people are on the side of their president. And one thing that really surprised me is that, the people they actually, went to this place and they're protecting their own president, right? They don't want military to do it, but they want to protect their own people. And he said that we want this guy, we want to have him as long as we can have, because he's actually making change. He's actually bringing change. He's been in the regime for 1 year. Tomorrow is the anniversary for 1 year. It's not a coincidence we're having this conversation today. 1 year. But this guy, 1 year in the regime, and he has been shaking Burkina Faso. And Burkina Faso right now is changing. And now the first investors in Burkina Faso are Burkinabo people. Man, this guy, he's very young. He's like 30-something years of age. Man, this is what can happen when young leaders stand up and take leadership. I know old people sometimes they say, let's not talking about young leadership just for the sake of young. You might be young and dumb. You might be young and corrupted. Yes, I agree with that. But man, these kind of changes that are happening within a single year, it's incredible. To be honest, man, like youth are tired with everything that is going on. I was watching news, yesterday, and I saw, this youth yesterday. Another coup was just trying to take down Ibrahim Traore, and the people are, demonstrating. They were there trying to protect their own president. And, according to what Muhammad said, he said that, this is what he said, that Westerners are not happy with this guy because the people loves him. He does what the people want. All right. And so you see a lot of backlash coming after him. And another thing that he said, you must know, he say, if you have a coup in your country and the Westerners are not against it, and not doing anything against it, then you should ask yourself.
So when coming to your last point, the last point you were talking about the school uniform, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When among his changement he did in the field of education, he decided to bring our national materials we are using here as school uniform in order to allow students and young students to know our history, where they are from, and to help and allow them to become to like their country, to love their country, to bring love of their country in their hearts. So our school are going to start. School will start here in October, October the 2nd, and from this date, all the students are going to go at school with the national material. We are calling it Faso Damfani here. It's the national name we are giving it. And actually, before students, all our civil servants, it's mandatory for the civil servants to use it to go to their workplace. If you are a civil servant in Burkina Faso, if you are a minister, you are a deputy, and you are, no matter who you are, you got to use it to go. You got to wear it to go to your office every day, and this allows people to remember their history, and it allows them to be it brings patriotism to them. So in the next coming days, all the students and people are going to go at school with it, but they are doing it progressively because it's not all the schools. They are going slowly. As I was telling, in his politics, he's going slowly. Everything he bring is slowly, and then people start in the same way. Also, another change is one of the biggest change he did here is the favor. There was in the past when they wanted to build, like an example, when they want to build like a road, when they want to build a road, it was mandatory to give it to the colonial enterprises here working in the same domain. Can you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If they have to do a road, and there are a lot of enterprise, and among the enterprise there are 2 from France and 3 from Burkina Faso, the priority is given to those coming from France. Yeah, because it will like this.
Yeah.
But right now it's deleted. It's deleted. People are equal. And another thing they did, they did a big financial decision. Before, in the past, when enterprises from France, when it's come the time to make their payments, to pay their fees, they were paying it in France and not here. And the same law said that when an enterprise of Burkina Faso is in France, he shouldn't pay in France, but he should pay. And the Ministry of Economy and Finance said that from now we should stop this. If you are an enterprise from any country and you're working in Burkina Faso, you should pay. At the end of the year, you should pay. And this amount will be used in some project, agriculture project and health project in other country parts of Burkina Faso. So these are one of the big decisions they did from last September to right now. But if they don't stop him, he's going to continue. He will delete all bad laws, all bad signature they did before. He's deleting progressively, and Western people don't like it. They don't like it. And actually, let me tell you, Western people are giving a lot of money to old ministers, old militaries, and old government members in other countries. They're paying them to come and make trouble here in order to change the president, because the president, what he's doing, they don't like it. This is what is happening here. But today, they arrested a lot of members of they arrested like 4 militaries yesterday. Yesterday, they arrested 4 chiefs. 4 chief militaries yesterday. But we are going slowly.
Yeah, it's really sad, Mohammed, that we don't learn from the past, because we all remember what happened to the one of the heroes of Africa, Thomas Sankara, being betrayed by his own best friend, and he was doing really nice, good work for the people of Burkina Faso. And then flash forward many years later, you have a leader who is actually working for the people, but at the same time, you have the same people who are trying to take him down. This is the same history repeat for itself.
Yes.
What do you think can be done right now better not to allow that to happen? Because this is what we see happening all the time. But now, what should we do as Africans, as Burkina Faso people? What should we do that we make sure that this is not happening like the way it happened before?
You asked my view, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I understand the question, you're asking me what should be done to avoid what happened the other time, right?
Yeah. Not to repeat the same history.
According first of all, naturally, what happened last time can't happen right now. Because of what? Because of social medias.
Okay.
So I was saying that what happened last time cannot happen right now. Like what happened last time cannot happen right now because of a lot of aspects, a lot of factors, like social medias. With social medias, news are going fast, and when enemies want to do something, people are informed, and then people come out to fight against it. So because of social media, in the past, there were no social media, and news couldn't travel as fast as right now. So our last president and our old president could do what they want in the shadow. Can you understand it? But today, everything is clear. clearly at that point that people are following things step by step, every day, step by step, every time. So it will be difficult to have a such thing again. And also, second thing is what people said this verdict. They said even if you bring this this president down, be sure you will not be on his seat. So people are determined to keep their president, and because he's working in the way they want. So we are protecting him and doing everything, and we are following information, news everywhere we are informed. If there is, for example, if we hear that they are preparing a coup, you're going to see people in 1 minute. 1 minute is enough for people to come out. Come out and with their flags and to protect you see, and to block all the roads. It will be difficult right now. And also, if they are going to try to do this, they won't have access to the radio, to the national radio. So people have some strategic points. When they say there is a coup in preparation, people comes out. No matter the time, they comes out to stay and to wait until things become quiet, and then they get back to their house. So it won't be easy. And even if they come to do their coup, they won't be able to stay to be leading the country as they want. They won't allow them to go. So for them, it's no use to do this. It's no use for those who want to do. It's no use. But the problem is they are giving them a lot of money from Western. Can you understand? You are a civil servant, or you are another ministry, another minister. They come, they call you, they say, hey, you guys, if you help us preparing a coup, we are going to give you a lot of money. You are going to pay your what. So face to money is difficult to stay honest. Can you understand it? So actually, the situation is what? Since they missed their coup yesterday, they arrested four chief militaries, and about 10 have gone. They escaped the way to others' country. They run because they would be arrested. They run. So this is what happening. So today, if you go, you try something, and people hear this, they go directly to take your family in your house. So people are afraid of this. So I think what happened in the past will difficultly happen right now. Because people are now, their eyes are opened and their minds are open. They know what they want, they know their way they want, and they have their target and have their leader they want. So they are protecting him. This is what we have actually, and we are praying every time. We are praying God to bring peace to our three countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, like in the past. But actually, things are getting better and better. Every day, things are getting better and better. Every day.
Yeah. You know what I love about what you said? I think it's so true. Those two things. The second point that you say, people, they are the one that are protecting their leaders. I think that's one of the things that we lacked back in the past. Like, we did not really have people stepping up and standing for their leaders, right? They were just there for themselves. But today, having everybody, be like, okay, this is my leader. I'm gonna protect him with my blood to make sure that he's there for me, for the next generation. I think you got a big point there, and there's definitely something to learn from the rest of Africa as well. But it's kind of hard to stand behind your leader if he ain't doing nothing. If you're doing something, you'll be a target to them, and your people will back you up, will be besides you, all around you. So that's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. Oh, that's a wonderful thing. Oh, okay, you're back. I can see you. Let me put you here. So what would you say about these three countries? You've spoken about the three countries, right? You've spoken about Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. I know you guys have signed. Mohammed?
Repeat your question.
Hey, Mohammed, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Can you please repeat your question? Your question. What do you say?
Yeah. What I was saying is that you've spoken about these 3 countries right now, right? I know there's a sign. I mean, there's a contract that has been signed that if you come against one of the countries, then you come against all of us. And how is that working for you guys right now as you're working together? Because we know Niger, they have already kicked out France, they're leaving. We know Mali, they were already gone a long time ago. What about in Burkina Faso? Are you guys still have like some French troops there and like ambassadors or that kind of relationship? How's the relationship right now between you guys and France?
Oh, okay. Regarding this alliance they did, the alliance is good among these 3 countries. We like it, we appreciate it, because we know if single we can do many things. Being in a group, we can go very far. Alone, we are going fast, but together we are going far. So, being with the other countries will allow us to quickly fight against terrorism and move forward. Regarding the relationship with with France, actually, their militaries have gone. From Burkina Faso, they've gone. From Mali, they have gone also. And actually, yes, in Niger, they decided before yesterday. The president decided yesterday for them to go, because people were preventing them to have food, to have water. So they didn't have choice. So they decided to go. They will go definitively from the 3 countries, and actually they are planning to go to another country. They are planning to go to Chad, because actually, even those people who didn't go to school, even people in farmers, those who didn't go to school, they understand actually the Western politics in Africa. They understand it and they know it. So people are now they know everything. They understand that the politics Western is doing is very bad for them. It prevents them to go very far. So everybody know. So they don't have choice. They are going to go in other places, and it will be progressively from all Africa, and they are going to be definitely independent. So this alliance is very good for us, because it will allow us to fight against terrorism. In the past, we couldn't have this alliance because President of Niger didn't accept it. So it was difficult. We are neighbors, and we have the same problem. Why not joining us to fight it? So now they join, and then they are going to fight it very well. So the alliance is good.
Now it makes sense. The president, that means that this guy that was kidnapped from Niger, he's the one that he was opposing, that alliance, to have that alliance.
Yeah.
Because
the former president.
He had his own interest, and thank God that is not there anymore. And one thing that I can say, Mohammed, is that we know that ECOWAS and AU are not behind you guys. Are not behind these governments that are leading, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. What would it mean to your countries, for instance, Burkina Faso, everything that is happening here, if you guys, and this goes to everybody, if these countries, they had a support from ECOWAS and African Union with what is happening right now, I think we wouldn't see a lot of casualties happening there. We wouldn't see a lot of people dying, because I know there was an attack of it was terrorist attack that happened in Burkina Faso a couple weeks ago. What was all about with that attack?
Yeah.
I think it was somewhere near the border.
Yeah. Am I people?
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. ECOWAS and AU are not behind us, because in our country they have an agenda. They are working. They say they're saying they are working for Africa, but really they are working for other people, for Western. Because if you all the AU and ECOWAS are financed by Western partners, so they are working in the way they want. So that's why they can't be behind us. Yeah. And also, if there was the attacks happening here in a couple of weeks ago, the attack got a mean. The mean is like what? Because Mali, they asked UN to go. The UN soldiers, they asked them to go because for them they are not doing something for the security, so they asked them to go definitely. So going like this, the areas quietly like this will give them will give them a reason. So they decided to prepare those attacks. You know, say that without UN, without AU, without Western guys, we are not safe, and we need their security. So that's why. But we already understand politics and everything, so it's not a problem for us. We are fighting, yeah, and we are understanding things. Yeah, we are behind our militaries, we are behind our leaders, and we trace them step by step. We are going to our goal. So yeah, no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, so one thing that I've realized with these three countries, all right, like Western African countries, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, these countries has been for so long struggling in fighting against France, but also at the same time in this region, there's a huge, terrorism attack basically all the time. So at the same time as you guys are fighting to push France away, you're also fighting terrorism attack, because kind of like if you move your focus to fight against France, then terrorism, they attack the country. So you need to move the focus again to fight against terrorism, and at the same time you need to fight against this, and then at the same time you have a pressure of ECOWAS, and you have pressure from everywhere. So my question is this: that do you think these countries have been dismantled for so long? Because for so long time, France has been taking, kind of like little like leading this region, and the security of the countries for so long has been given to them. For instance, in just Niger, they had like more than 1,500 different troops, France troops in Niger taking care of that, right? And in Mali, they took care of that last year, but they had, all these, kind of troops there. So that means the security of these countries, it was actually not belonged to African people, but it was taking care of somebody else. That's why even Niger, when they kick out, France, the President Macron, he said, okay, they don't want to fight against terrorism anymore. So we're going to leave. We are leaving because they don't want to fight against terrorism anymore. Meaning that we were there to fight their battles. We were there to keep them safe. We were there to make sure that they're having peace. But now they're kicking us out because they don't want to fight against terrorism anymore. That's what, Macron was saying. I mean, why they left Niger. So basically, through that statement, you can see clearly that these guys, they were taking care of the security in these regions, which they did not take good care of that, because chaos was just still happening. People were still dying. People were being killed. They did not have self-reliance when it comes to security. And I feel like that is the big struggle right now when we want to try to take our countries back, when we want to take our regime back. It's kind of hard because the system, the security system of our countries, it was not belong to us. It was belong to them. They're taking care of that, right? You in Niger, like they had a military bases there, foreign military bases. That means like, and they were there in the names of taking care of these terrorism groups of Boko Haram or whatever that is around there in the countries. So I want to ask you this question. I see Mohammed just left, but to everybody who is watching here as well, do you think that is the struggle that is going on right now in these particular countries? The struggle of getting back its own security on order? Because imagine 1,500 troops are going away. So, you're left with yourself. And how can you bring yourself together in this short period of time to fight against terrorism, to fight against all these guys if they try to do anything, or to fight against ECOWAS who were trying to invade, but they didn't. Thank God for that. We prayed about that. Thank God. Yeah, do you think that is the case? Because me personally, I feel like this has been struggle for a lot of African countries, you know, security-wise, and because we have our own battles, but we leave it for someone else. And especially when we face these battles, we always, jump to call them to come to help us to fight. But when they manipulate us, when they walk on top of us, then we need to kick them away. And when we kick them away, we don't have security anymore, because we are fully depending on them. Okay, in the same case with, Congo as well. The president of Congo has just mentioned recently that, hey, I want you United Nation peace breakers to get out of this country as soon as possible, and we'll be in charge of fighting these battles in the eastern side of Congo. The president of Congo said that, and he's fighting those. He said, okay, this year, you guys, you should get away, and we're going to fight the battle. So my